Peace, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. Yep. Had a pretty good night. Got a little bit of sleep. My sleep schedule is a little bit weird right now, but it's all good. Um, I said, you know what? I might as well go on. Plus, I actually wanna learn something about something. Yeah, let me see something. All right. Where is this thing? Playbook, treasure box, poem, gift, draw, goodie bag, AI wallpaper. I'm trying to figure out. Welcome in. Come on in, hit that like button. I appreciate if you're coming in and out. I appreciate if you hit that like button before you go out. I understand how it go, a lot of us go in and out. But guess what? It's good. Hit the like button for a real person. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a real individual. I'm trying to see, cause you know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out how to use my sound effects. Yo, welcome in. The subject I left the same subject as my last live was always be yourself. Always be yourself. That's gonna be like the subject matter for the next few days, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's a very important subject. You know what I mean? People need to because the world is so corny and so phony and so fake. You know what I mean? Like, fake is the new thorough. Like, we really got to start emphasizing and advising each other, you know what I mean, to be real, to be fake. Don't show fake love. Show real love. You know what I mean? If you don't like somebody, stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? If you striving to be a good person, then truly be a good person in private, meaning when nobody's watching. Because who you truly are is what you are and what you do when nobody's watching. So, you know what I'm saying? So keeping it real takes on a lot of different, you know what I mean, levels and different, you know what I'm saying, different parts. Black Goddess, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what I mean? It's more than one way that you're going to have to actualize in order for you to be like somebody that's authentic. And, I'm gonna have to say, like, I strive to be authentic. I am authentic. I'm me, because I'm good at it. I'm good at being me. I don't strive to be like somebody else. This is another reason why I'm emphasizing always be yourself, because in a way, like, I felt that I was. Make sure y'all, if y'all coming in and out, make sure y'all friend dependent count Black Goddess. I appreciate you coming in too, Black Goddess. Miss Lady T, what's up with you? You know what I mean? What was I talking about? Yeah, no, just I don't want to lose. I don't want to come off my purpose, because I know what my life purpose is. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I just don't want to lose my sight of what I'm supposed to be doing, even though I'm like trying to make money on the platform. But just keeping it real. Plus, you know what I mean, keeping it real and really just like being who and what you Nah, you welcome. We've been supporting each other since day one. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Even if I don't got much time, I'm gonna come in and support your live. I'm going to like, share. I'm gonna drop the gifts. You know what I mean. We're gonna keep each other alive in this game. And that's another form of keeping it real, supporting the people that support you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people in here that ain't doing and being what they say they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. Like, you got a lot of people talking about this repost, comment, and repost. And I be comment, and reposting so much. I be comment, and reposting people stuff that I don't even follow. I mean, that we not even friends. I just see them on the FYP. But I comment, and repost. But it's people that then put that out there, and they don't keep it real. They don't reciprocate. You know what I'm saying? Ignore. What's up, brother? Peace. Welcome in. So I'm just saying, there's so many different parts of being true, being authentic. You know what I'm saying? We need to really like hold ourselves accountable to be who we say we are. I got my brother Ignar on the pen. He's a good brother. He's a highly conscious brother. He has some very very strong opinions. And what I'm just saying is he's highly conscious. You know what I'm saying? He strives on his content to teach the people and to give the people good advice. It's not about agreeing with somebody on everything they saying, because I don't expect everybody to agree with everything I say. But what I'm just saying is I'm trying to I'm putting good out, and that's what he's doing. So if you want to get into some like high-minded, high-conscious type advice, and you just don't want to talk, hey, friend this brother, and I'm certain he's gonna friend you back, because that's, we making friends. We trying to build up our numbers. At the same time, we trying to get our message. All of us have our own purpose and message. Friend this brother. He's very very interesting. He's a very very interesting brother, and he's not he ain't on the prison mindset. He ain't on the he's definitely he got his own mind, and that's what all of us should be striving to have, our own minds. Like, no matter what, I take a little piece from a lot of different people of what they say and what they say you should do and not do and all that. I take from people, but I got my own. I've developed my own mindset. So I know who to, I know who to look to, or who I can take some sound advice from, things of that nature. And this is when you cultivating yourself on certain things. The universe is going to put the right people on your path. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be following people talking about important things. You know what I'm saying? And life is important. I mean, everything in life is important. Your health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your mental health, all of that, all of these things is a compilation of many things. And a complete person is someone who knows how to balance all of these things. So, I just really constantly I'm going to advise that, being as though, like, even though I am a boxing coach, but I think that I've transitioned to becoming truly I'm like a holy man, right? But not from a religious perspective, and as I work on myself and try to complete myself, one thing that I've learned, I know that I have to, in order for you to be and really holy. And I got this from Santos Bonucci about what the explanation for holy means. And being holy means someone who's complete. So in order for you to be complete, you have to have all of these different things. Mind, body, spirit, right? Okay, mind, body, spirit, Merkaba. All that stuff comes together. It's not just one thing. You have to have many things to make yourself be complete, to be whole, right? He said that's what holy is, to be whole. So, a little bit of everything, a little bit of politics, a little bit of science, a little bit of religion, a little bit of spirituality. Put it all in the pot, and then you mix the pot, whatever, right? But just I don't know. I didn't go on. I ain't go live all day. I've really been I just was tired. I just couldn't get into it. You know what I mean? Got a little rest, so I said, you know what? I might as well jump on, right? And I'm glad I did, though. Yeah, I'm glad I did. But I appreciate. Thanks for the likes too, Ignar. I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? But just basically authenticity. And one thing I learned in life, not even religion, when I used to be religious, right? In life, you get tested. A lot of stuff that you say that you on, if you get your opportunity to prove that's really who and what you are. So, it's really a trendy thing, like authenticity and discernment and all these different things and words are trending. So people are aware. Even a lot of the people from the top to the bottom is aware of these terminologies, and are actually in search of the explanations and how to actualize these words in their own life. So when you talk about discernment, when you talk about authenticity, being authentic and things of that nature, a lot of the people, they get it. We may not, all of us may not accomplish it at the same time, but we understand the importance of that. Because you want the people that's teaching your children to be authentic. You want your friend group, the people that you're close to be authentic people. You know what I mean? But you got to be that in order for you to in order for you to mirror to get that back. You're gonna have to be that yourself. You know how they talk all the stuff about relationships and stuff like that, and the mirror thing and all of that, which is real. It's definitely real. But you have to be the person that you want to be with. You got to be that. You got to be like what you looking for. You have to be that. If you want somebody good, you want somebody honest, you want somebody trustworthy, you got to be that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be that. So, I'm a person that works on myself. I've always had to work on myself because I kind of like was the deck was stacked against me, right? But a few different things came into my life at different chapters. That's why, I've been a religious person. I've been, a couple different kinds of person, right? But for that chapter, that was what was needed in that chapter. You know what I'm saying? But, all in the process of me working on myself every day, I've learned that this is, when you're cultivating yourself, you need multiple different things, even eating good food, getting good exercise, remembering God or what you think God is. Even if God is yourself, then be mindful, whatever. I'm just saying there's a lot of different ways. Thanks for the likes, everybody. I appreciate that. Ignore, I see you, man. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And you know what? Being as though I have one of my tools in my tool belt, being me being a boxing trainer, I know what it takes and what it means to develop a winner, a champion. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be being a champion in life takes the same amount of effort. Meaning you have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. You have to believe in yourself when nobody else don't believe in you. Matter of fact, you got to believe in yourself first. So when you rectifying things in your life and you building yourself, or you're rebuilding yourself, because I'm an older guy, I have rebuilt myself multiple times. I'm 52 years old. I've reinvented myself a few times in my life. So I understand what it takes. I know what it takes, and each time I would have to say each time I've gotten better, and but I've had some times when I've backslid. But if you come in there, make sure you friend up the dependent accountant. Also, if you friend the host, that's me, I'll friend you back at the end. At the end of the live and stuff. But it's an everyday thing. I don't really, I used to talk to the kids, right? When I talked to the kids that I used to work with, and they would get tired of me lecturing, right? And I'm like, damn, I done turned into my dad, I done turned into my coach, just talking, all the time about that particular thing, right? But if you're about, let's say, helping the people, then that's what you're going to talk about. If you're about health, then that's what you're going to talk about. If you're about whatever basketball, I mean, that's what you're going to talk about, because that's your specialty. That's what your reality. That's your reality, right? And people, whatever. Even if you're about education and going to school and getting degrees and all that kind of stuff, that's a whole reality. So what I'm saying is, if you're truly about that, then these are the things that you're going to speak about. But actualizing high aspects of character, being a noble individual, having a closeness to what you believe God is, even if it's you. If you believe in yourself, then you believe in God. So what I'm just saying is, it's an everyday thing. And in order for you to be a winner, meaning a person that has a strong mind, meaning you can't just be led anywhere to do anything. You're a winner. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have not taken control of their own minds. You know what I'm saying? they haven't, and what I'm just saying is that's something that we all should work towards, thinking for ourselves, being emotionally intelligent, and just really having it all together for our own selves, and creating our own way, our own path. You know what I'm saying? Without the help of a bunch of emotionalism, a bunch of fear mongering, not letting any of those things, really, really move us. But it's a balancing routine. So, some of that stuff is valid and is warranted. But you know what I'm saying? Smooch Lover. Hey, I ain't even know. I seen that S up there. Yeah, I seen that S, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But and that's funny. But you know, it's an everyday thing that working on stuff, because I had to really work hard on myself to pull myself out of a lot of tight situations, a lot of difficult situations, even in my own mind. You know what I'm saying, and in my environment. And it just takes work. It takes work. A lot of really. I was tempted to give up on the people. Because like when you learn, when you're learning, you know what I'm saying. You want to bring people. You want to bring people with you. And y'all make sure if y'all come in there, make sure y'all friend up the pinned account. You always wanna you wanna save people after you save yourself, right? But a lot of people don't. But a lot of people don't want to be saved, no matter how intelligently or welcome in Miss Tootie, or how much of some of clear proof you give about certain things. The majority of the people don't want to accept it. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm gonna put you on the pin next too, Miss Tootie. I wanted to tell you something. I was thinking about you when I posted something yesterday, but yeah, I'll tell you. I'll get to it, but because I don't know. I was trying to make a point, but you know, I don't know. I do know, but I'm just saying, I'm the kind of person that's on the same things every day. I may even shuck and jive a little bit because I know it's a time and a place for everything. Meaning, to have to loosen up. Yeah, I really was thinking about you because I posted a picture. I posted a picture of it's a show. Remember you were saying that you didn't remember who Tootie was, and I said Tootie was one of the characters off a show called Facts of Life. But I said the girl that played Tootie, her name is Kim Fields, but she played in the series back in the '90s called Living Single. But I saw a picture, and I took that picture and I posted it yesterday. Thanks for the heart, me too. And yeah, if you look at my post and you'll see like Queen Latifah and these other girls on the picture. But Kim Fields, she played Tootie is right in the front. Yeah, and I was like, yo, I wanted to yeah, but I couldn't remember exactly how your name was spelled, so I couldn't like send it to you or whatever. But I'm very serious, but it's a balance thing. You gotta be serious about everything in life. You just do. Like it ain't really no days off. Even when you're on TikTok, you gotta take things are serious because you're connecting with other people. You're yeah. When you get a chance, check it out. You know what I mean? That's why I'm very careful with who I connect with. Point blank period. I just do because I've gotten to the point where I understand everything is mind, and the mind shifts. Your mind shifts you wherever you move it, where you think it, where as a man thinketh and all that. That's real. That's really physically real. Like as you thinketh, that's where you're going. So you have to make sure that the people that you connect with, the people that you talk to, you name it, whatever the case may be, even having personal relationships, like like a lot of times, people just you got to be careful. You just got to be mindful because you need anything. put yourself in a relationship or sleep with somebody with the wrong person, and all of a sudden you in a whack reality. You in some type of reality that you really don't want to be in, or you didn't, that's not really what you was, what you was trying to do. But the mind thing is deep, and it's really like the biggest thing. But you gotta work your way through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But watching your step and being careful, because the more conscious you become, the more sensitive you become too. So that's another thing. Your intuition gets strengthened as your conscious level goes up, and your intuition, will tell you as it gets stronger. It'll tell you who to deal with and who not to deal with, who to engage and who not to. It'll tell you what to do. So that's one of the things about consciousness. It'll put you where you want to be, but you gotta listen to yourself. You gotta know yourself, and you gotta know. Once you know yourself, you become your right discernment, Miss Tootie. I was just talking about that discernment, because if as you raise yourself in consciousness, your intuition becomes stronger, but also through your intuition, you develop strong discernment. See, and that's like a whole package thing that comes together once you start going towards that which is right. And truthfully, you develop another ability that you develop the ability to be able to figure things out quickly. You be able to, it's a word I can't think of it right now, but you really you're able to figure things out quickly. Your intellect goes up too. It ain't about a bunch of fancy stuff, but that's why the spiritual aspect is maybe the strongest aspect, because everything starts in that realm, in the mind, the spiritual, because in reality it really is. You know what I'm saying? That's why like a lot of us are attracted to one another. That's why a lot of us are we can communicate with each other without speaking. You know what I'm saying? We like a lot of us, as your consciousness rises, you are able to read energy. You just read energy. Like you just know somebody can walk up on you, and you can feel, you can read them through their energy, through their energy. You know what I'm saying? So this is why every day you have to be raising, working and working on raising yourself up, cultivating yourself on good things. Because just like the animals, like I said, we need to get like the animals, because the animal lives and dies on their intuition, on their instinct. You know what I'm saying? And check this out. Our ancestors, I don't care what part of the earth your ancestors come from, all of the ancestors, like the spirit guides, are animals. Like man is supposed to be so intelligent. Man is supposed to be so, intelligent. But guess what? All the cultures of man have animal spirit guides. So that just goes to show you who the animals really are. So what I'm just saying is, that's just something to think about. It's just some food for thought. Right. Telepathy. But with telepathy, you get into, like, let's say we have the Bible as a reference. The Bible is many different things, right? But we have the Bible as a reference for a lot of different things, right? But when we know about, like, let's say when God put a certain thing on the people, right? And once the people used to speak the same language. The people everywhere used to speak the same language, right? But then God, boom, put something on everybody's head, and it made everybody didn't know. Then the people couldn't communicate with each other, like Babel, like whatever, like the whole Babel thing. Like people couldn't understand each other no more. But what I'm saying is, but you have some schools of thought that say that prior, it wasn't language. Prior to whatever God put on the people communicated through telepathy, but but that form of communication that was what was taken away. So then we had to use acidic. We have to use like, okay, English. It's like acidic. These languages are acidic because these languages. Well, if you know anything, you know that words have a lot of power. So, there was a time when we all spoke to each other through the mind. So, mind is really everything. But you know, a lot of things. I know a little teeny bit about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And I've been inspired by multiple people for so many different things, whether it's politics, nationality, religion, spirituality, health, life, death, you name it. God, who it is, who is God, what's God's original name, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like delved into, and a lot of the stuff is important. It's very, very important to me. And I'm very, very grateful that I was able to come across a lot of information because it made me stronger, and it made me, smarter, but not just smarter. Just like I said, as your consciousness goes up, you're able to figure out certain things, and a lot of times you figure out that even with dealing with people, places, and things, you figure out that it's good to be recluse, because the let's say the smart people, the scholars, the wise ones of every people, no matter where you go on this earth, all of the wise people, the wise old people, they always were recluse. They were always like a people. Thanks, Miss Kwana. Thanks for the heart me. They were always a people that reclused themselves from the people, because the chaos and the insanity of being around a bunch of people. No, they will go away from the people, at least far enough where as though they're not affected by the people's energy all the time. The smart people stay away from people in general. But though, hey, if you know something, you do have a obligation, and you know best what's good for you, to come down off the mountain and tell the people something. And, that's just how it go. But and most of the people that push themselves to learn, you know what I'm saying, they take on that persona of being a hero anyway. So the hero was going to come off the mountain and talk to the people. That's just what it's going to be. It's just like the brother. The brother, he speaks. He ain't just speaking for himself. He's speaking because he speaks on his content, whether you agree or disagree. Because it's like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You don't have to agree with me. But I'm trying to share my understanding of life, my understanding of what I've experienced in my life. And you don't have to be me. Be yourself. I want you to be yourself. But I may be able to benefit you in some form or fashion. Maybe whether it's small or it's big. You know what I'm saying? We got to get away from being trying to be carbon copies of each other, because we're all unique. This fingerprint proves that. Everybody has a different. No matter what I do, I can never be you. You will never. No matter what you do, you can never be me. You can't, because I'm unique. You are unique. So we're going to have unique perspectives of whatever we witness with our eyes. So on and on and on and on and on. But guess what? Creating this balance is what we are working towards, because the let's say the world peace that we desire. Like, I do desire for world peace. I do desire for everyone to be one again, because everybody's that's where we started. We're gonna get back to being what we originally was, which was one. And the only way we're gonna get there is through learning, showing some love, also a high level of understanding, and then you have to put the understanding in its proper place. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be put in its proper place. Everything has to be balanced. That's just the nature of it. You know what I'm saying? Of managing stuff. But I'm gonna put you back up one more time, Miss Kwana. I appreciate you coming in. But thanks for the likes too. I appreciate y'all. I hate the but you know what? I ain't even gonna worry about that. But yeah, because I need 10K likes to stay on the FYP. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's hard for me to balance. Thanks, Miss Tootie. It's hard for me to balance like pushing a live for the TikTok thing and speak about the things that I take seriously. It's just hard. It's hard. I guess I'll balance it eventually. But yeah. Thanks, Miss Kwan. Yeah. Thanks. Y'all make sure y'all make friends. I hope y'all making friends with each other. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. And you know, just Silent. Welcome in, Silent. Thanks for the heart, me Silent. Y'all make sure y'all make friends with each other. Everybody make friends. And yeah, it's just a thing. It's just a thing that we have to work on every day. You know what I mean? I'm about to put you up there, Silent. I appreciate you. I hear you. Yo. And that's a thing. Yo. Really, yo. And it's funny, American people say yo, but that comes from Aboriginal American culture, though. Really, yo is from Oseo. Oseo is like, yo, like, what's up? Like, or peace. Not really peace, but Oseo. Oseo is it's like a so-called Indian, but it is. Oseo. But that's the thing. That's what's up. Yo, Smooch. I ain't know it's Smooch. I thought you was in here all this time, man. But a lot of the things that we hearing in our realities is good for us, especially when it's talking about like preserving and protecting our energy, getting away from anything mainstream. Yeah, get away from let's get away from the mainstream stuff and start working on the true real stuff. It's not new either. We got to get back to the old stuff, the way of our ancestors, and just work on it. Just learn something. Try to learn. Be open. Don't be. And guess what? The more you raise your consciousness, the more you have a strong intuition, and you're gonna know like when it's people out here selling game. The game is, and you people know what I'm talking about. The best stuff that you're gonna hear is gonna be free game. It's gonna be free because the real stuff is free and it's practical. Like real life advice, things that the people coming out and they're advising you, it's really free. You know what I'm saying? It's really free. You're gonna know your intuition. You're gonna know when somebody come in and they just trying to sell you something, and they trying to get you to follow them, and whatever, like all of that. So like, as long as you stay rap tight, you'll be guided. And then all those one and one is all. Because guess what? If I'm you and you me, guess what? I'm gonna put me in another form in my path to help me get to the next step. And you know what I mean? Ace, welcome in, Ace. Thanks for coming in. I got you on the pen. Make sure y'all friend up Miss Ace. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah. Thanks for the margaritas, Silent, and the roses. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. And really, the best you could do is to just keep working on yourself every day. This is how we develop winners. This how we win our own personal self. You know what I mean? Just working at it every day. And that's the only thing it ain't the only thing, but that's the best thing I could tell you is just keep working on yourself every day. Keep investing in yourself. And your higher self, God, Allah, the Most High, the Creator, will, which is you, will put everything you need in your path. And I ain't saying that it ain't necessarily gonna be easy. Thank you, Silent. Thank you, Silent. I appreciate that. I ain't saying it's gonna be easy because 9 times out of 10 it's not. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, all of the really good stuff, the true good stuff, is off script. Meaning it's not mainstream. So no, you're welcome, Miss Ace. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in and supporting me. I really do. So, just stay sharp. Just stay sharp. I'm very thankful. I'm very, very grateful for my life experience. I'm very, very, a lot of ups and downs, but I'm currently in the up time, and this is it. I'm in the up time. And, but I see a lot of things. I ain't gonna say see everything for what it is because I'm still learning too, right? But I see a lot for what it truly is. The things that I went through led me here, and I wouldn't have it any other way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, we just having positivity, not positivity, optimism. I don't know. I'm just starting getting tired, a little tired. Optimism is like one of my biggest superpowers because you had to use optimism and have hope for better days getting through certain things. You know what I'm saying? And but that was a part of the work that I constantly do on myself on a daily basis. It's all part of it, and don't be lackadaisical. You know what I mean? That's why I like, yeah, Miss Ace, I see you. Yeah, now I see what you said. Yeah, superpower. You gotta have hope because guess what? It can happen. It can change just like that. Your life situation can change in an instant, and it's all based like I said earlier in the conversation. It's all mind. So your mind is what shifts you as you learn how to shift. Smooch. As you learn how to shift into different different versions or different realities, it comes from the mind. That's why don't let nobody slow you down. Don't let nobody. Make sure y'all friend up the pinned account. Smooch Lover. That's my little brother. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody slow you down. You gotta stay dialed in at all times. Even when you're having fun. Even when you're working out. Even when you shucking and jiving on TikTok. But we ain't really shucking and jiving because guess what? I done changed my whole world from social media. Meaning I have the information that I've gotten, let's say mostly from YouTube. I ain't gonna say to so much TikTok. TikTok is just the last couple years, but I'm just saying some of the strong people that I've been following over the years, the last 10 years on YouTube, like I have totally restructured my belief system, my whole mental, what I think is right and wrong. Not everything, but I'm just saying there are some right and wrongs that I've had to, I've reconsidered and just changed it. You know what I mean? Thanks, y'all. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Growth. I think we constantly should be in that energy, the energy of growth, and growth comes from learning. It just do. Like let's say this. I'm gonna just use it as an example. I have children, right? But my children, they're kind of separated in their ages. I got older children and I have like some children that's like younger, like in their late teens, early 20s. So what I'm saying is, I was different. Yeah, thanks, Miss Tootie. I was different in both of their childhoods. Like when I do with the ones that's older, I was a different kind of father for them than I was for the younger ones. You know what I mean? And just saying like, just know that the chapters that we experience it's gonna show us different things. You know what I'm saying? And just hopefully, God willing, we have the ability to be able to understand what we're going through and navigate our way through it in the best way. There ain't no really. It's not an exact answer for nobody. You know what I mean? It just really ain't. But it's just like fighting. That's why I'm glad I have the background with coaching boxing and being a fighter myself. Somebody could teach you something. Your coach can teach you something. Teach you how to box. Teach you how to play basketball. But you're never the guy that you or the girl that you're teaching is never going to be able to duplicate what you do the same way exactly how you do it, because they just going to do what you taught them with their personality, their desire, their physicality. So it'll be different. It's going to be something unique. So you can't get upset when people don't take on exactly what you know what I'm saying. But as spiritual beings, we got enough sense to take. We know what's good, and we can see it. You know what I mean? We could just see it. You know what I mean? And just go keep going one step, one day at a time. You said, Miss Tootie said, yeah, that's why we be calling the grandparents soft now. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, one time my kids, they jumped on me. We was in the gym, matter of fact, and my three, I got three sons that's fighters. I boxed them. They fighters like me, right? And my grandson, but the oldest one of them, he has children. So my grandson, my oldest grandson was in the gym, but this one he was like 4 years old, because he's like 9 now, 9 or 10. He like 9, but he was crying or something. This one he was like 4. So he was complaining or crying about something, and I said, and I grabbed him. I said, come here, man. And I don't know what I said. I like boo-booed him or whatever. Like, so my three sons said, they was like, man, you ain't never do that with us. And I said, man, get out of here. And I said, listen, I'm not the same man. I'm not the same guy that I was when y'all was little. So, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger, and my dad was the same way. My dad was the same way. I was very rigid. I was very rigid. I could say it was times I probably was mean. But mean has its place. You understand what I'm saying? Mean has its place. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember one of my daughters. Two of my daughters came to see me one time, right? And they was like, Abby, you was mean. You ain't let us do nothing when we was little. And I said, when you grow up, well, they grown, but I'm just saying, I said, when you get older and you got children that you've invested your time, your money, and your energy in, you don't let your investment just go anywhere and do anything and be anywhere with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, you'll get it once you have children. But, I'm just saying, you learn from living. So you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up there and say that I was wrong, because I wasn't wrong. I was doing the best I could to protect y'all from harm. But, you're right. A lot of us is living now in healthy and all that because somebody made a decision to not let us do certain things. But that's what a parent, someone who's responsible, that's what parents do. They make hard decisions. They may want you to go have fun and stuff, but it may be dangerous. So, right. You know what I mean? So, but even for our own personal selves, and guess what? Some of this stuff, we need to miss it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff out here for grown people that we need to just straight up and down. We need to let it miss us. Like miss us. How people say, "Miss me with the BS." It's a whole bunch of stuff that need to just miss us. But you live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I definitely do. I appreciate y'all coming in and kicking it with me. You know what I mean? And this is shoot. I got some sleep. I got because here it's I know it's in the States it's what 7 o'clock at night. It was about 7 o'clock. It's 7:38 in the morning here. Yeah, it's 7:38 in the morning. I think I woke up around. Oh yeah, yeah, but no, you made it just in time. uh, what I about to say? Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm ready. I went to sleep though. I think I got up maybe like four, maybe it was a little after four, like four. It was after four. It was about four something. And I know I really didn't go on. I ain't go live, but like with the business aspect of TikTok, you gotta stay consistent. You gotta go live. You gotta stay consistent with it in order for you. See, they got me in the D2 league. It say League D2, and I was in League D1, and I think I missed one day, and it took me like back up to two. No, I appreciate you. Miss Tootie. I see you, Ignar. I appreciate you too, brother. I appreciate all y'all. I'm ready. I'm ready to go off. Thanks, Miss Tootie. Thank you. Hey, and go check out. What I'm talking about. That picture I posted with you. You gonna know it's the picture because it's Queen Latifah is on the left side, but Tootie Kim Fields she's right in the front. She the one that played Tootie though. To make a long story short. Yeah. But yeah, God bless y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate y'all coming over and talking with me. I think I'm gonna go to sleep for a couple hours. Yeah, cause I need to go to sleep for a couple hours, so at least so I can get up by 11. Yeah, so I get up by 11 and get up and do what I got to do for the day. And yeah, I'll be going on later on. I guess later on, hey, bro, Ignar, maybe later on, man. I might do a panel later on. Yeah. You should know her because she's like a she's somebody. Yeah, maybe we do a panel later on, and we talk about just talk about some things, have a good conversation, and everybody's welcome to come, but. Everybody's welcome to come, but yeah, yeah, what I mean, we're gonna have a nice talk later on. I'm gonna do a panel, and then and the good thing about the panel will give all of us some live time too. You know what I mean? Everybody, there's one thing. Well, the people don't know if that's another. If you're nervous about going live by yourself, then it's good to go live with somebody else. Like on the panel, like you go on and talk at the same time, you'll lose a little bit of your stage fright. I'm gonna just call it stage fright, and cause no, it is a little scary. No, Miss Ace, I appreciate it. I'm probably going. Yeah, I'm definitely going on. I'm gonna go on. Yeah, but see, I'm when I get up, I'm gonna go on as I take a walk. I'm gonna take a walk, cause I do a walk live. But the one where I'm gonna do the panel, it's gonna be a little bit later. It's gonna be much later. Do I believe in Jesus? Do I believe in Jesus? I know Jesus. I am Jesus. But I understand. I understand what you're saying about Jesus. But why you ask that? Is this somebody who ain't tripping? Oh, someone floating off in space. Oh, you floating off in space and time? That's good. But no, I don't joke. Yeah. No. I mean, belief in Jesus. I really deal with the no. Let's say since you said that now, and I appreciate you saying that. I hope you asked me that question from a position of like love, like you really trying to like do the best you can to spread something good. But I know I'm in the know now more than belief. I know. I understand and understand. I know who and what Jesus is and what he is. You know what I'm saying? As an energy, as a I understand. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? But it's just like God, believe in, no, I know God. You know what I mean? I know myself too. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing for real, for real. But, you know what I mean? That's a whole convo, Miss Ace. You know, no, Jesus is actually a person. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I mean, I'm just saying like there are multiple ways of perceiving that message, because Jesus that's described in the Bible was more than that. Because you got the Jesus from between the age of 12 to the age of 33. All of those years were like cut out, but then you have stories in other parts of the world. Like you go to India and you understand that, okay, Jesus was in India, Jesus was in Egypt. He was studying. He was a perpetual student. That's why I said earlier, like for surely I'm like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Meaning Jesus was a perpetual student. So the triangle, you would have to explain to me what you mean by the triangle. But I'm just saying, it's so many different things that you can how can I say this, like apply to the Jesus figure. Well, the Trinity is nothing new. The Trinity is like, the Trinity is not just applied to Christianity. The Trinity, even if you know about the God heads and the Godheads of like what we perceive as Egypt, or what we perceive as the Indian gods and all this stuff, the Trinity is there. Like when you got Osiris, Isis, Heru. Heru is Jesus. Jesus is the hero, right? Okay, hero. Okay, that's where the word hero come from. The hero of the story is Jesus, right? Heru, his mom, the Virgin Mother, Isis, Mary, okay, Osiris. Come on, it's the same thing. It's just different cultures have named the same gods or the same energy forces or sources as even Mithra. Mithra is God. In the Greek and the Roman archon, the light, Helios. Helios is Jesus. Helios and Mithra is Jesus. Horus. All this is all the same thing. I'm just saying. So when somebody just said, "Yo, you believe in Jesus?" I'm like, yeah. I get it. Yes. Like, okay. But what I'm saying is, from culture to culture, you're going to get slightly different stories, but it's the same thing. It's the same person. It's the same energy. And then if you go like whatever, with the Jesus, the spine in your back, and Kundalini energy, and 33 vertebrae going up your back, the disciples, astrology. You got 12, you got that 12 different astrological signs, right? Okay, those are the 12 disciples. Like the whole Bible and Jesus and the disciples is based on astrology. Well, guess what? These are things that you have to get into. And then, you just know that really it's a lot. You could just pick your lane. If you want to, whatever lane that you want to get in, that's up to you. But we don't need to argue and fuss and fight about it, especially if we are all one. We're all one. Okay, you doing it this way. All right, well, I'm over here, I'm doing it this way. Well, that's cool. You said, what you say? I will say that's a lot of information that needs to be organized. Yeah, it is. And it actually takes a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? This is why no, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I wasn't trying to be funny. I just was like, I don't, because sometimes, people will come on and they'll say something about, like, especially with Jesus, because Jesus is like the most famous. If they say something about Jesus, and I think somebody on some troll stuff, like just ready to start talking, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just saying, you know, it's it's a lot to deal with out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of information, a lot of stuff. And like I said, the more you elevate, the more you'll know. And truthfully, the people that's highly conscious are super powerful beings. Just even when, I don't discount even religion, because even religious people are very, very high vibrational people. They are. This is why they able, religious people, even, whether it's Islam, Christianity, whatever, manifest great things because of the ritual nature of what's done on a daily basis, and it's done with discipline and consistency, and it creates. But I'm just saying, on and on and on, all of that stuff works, depending on how you use it. And it's mine. It's all mine. It's all mine. You know what I mean? Because the words, everything, the Bible, it runs it down. The Bible is it's a book that can be whatever you want it to be. But the first thing was the word, right? You know what I mean? And then this man created. It's the same thing. Come on. I mean, I'm just saying, it's on and on and on. I'm kind of tired, so I don't want to keep talking because I'm getting kind of dizzy. But Ignar, I appreciate you, man. I'll see you later, man. Maybe I'll send you a request if you up, because I'm in Thailand now, so like I don't know where you at exactly, but yeah, I'm in Thailand time. But I'll send you. I'll remember to send you a I'll send you a an invite for that live. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I appreciate that, Susie. Peace, Ignar. I'll talk to y'all later on. All right, peace, y'all.